You are now listening to the Nights Around the Table podcast.
Introducing Proverbs 31 perfume, the signature scent for the woman who rises while it's still dark, feeds her household, runs a small business, volunteers at church, and makes her own clothes, and still somehow has time to smile at the future. Crafted with notes of lavender, myrrh, and a little holy hustle, Proverbs 31 perfume leaves a trail of grace, grit, and gentle conviction everywhere you go. You deserve a fragrance that says, yes, I fear the Lord, but I also smell amazing. With undertones of patience and top notes of productivity, Proverbs 31 perfume is perfect for any occasion, from the city gates to the PTA meetings. Available now wherever fine oils and essential virtues are sold. Proverbs 31, because strength and dignity never go out of style.
Oh my goodness.
That was way better than Evan, because I actually sounded a lot better.
That was wow. And that is today's not a sponsor. Thank you, Dina.
You're welcome. Actually, it was trademarked according to ChatGPT.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know. Yeah, I know. It said little TM.
Interesting.
Anyways.
Well, good evening and welcome back to another night around the table. You may notice we look a little different today. Welcome to the wives edition of the podcast. My name is Keeler. I'm Jonathan's wife.
I'm Dina. I am Evan's wife, and I do not have a beard.
And you're not bald.
And I'm not bald.
I'm Kristin, and I'm Zach's wife.
And together, we will be doing the Wives podcast today. And we're going to start out by talking about being a Proverbs 31 woman and what all that actually means, entails, and how, maybe hard it is to actually be that woman. Do y'all have anything?
It sounds like all you need to do is put on the perfume.
It sounds
you
like
are
Put on the
perfect.
perfume, and you can get up out of here, do your thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
Before we start digging in, I thought we could just open by reading it.
Yes.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay, doke.
Do we
Also,
wanna...
did you know, let me tell you something. Okay, that it's actually an acrostic for the Hebrew alphabet. So every line is a letter in the Hebrew alphabet, and it goes all the way through.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Isn't that neat? Okay.
That's so beautiful.
Proverbs 31, and this starts at verse 10. An excellent wife who can find? She is far more precious than jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not harm all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flax and works with willing hands. She is like the ships of the merchant. She brings food from afar. She rises while it is yet night and provides food for her household and portions for her maidens. She considers a field and buys it. With the fruit her hands she plants a vineyard. She dresses herself with strength and makes her arms strong. She perceives that her merchandise is profitable. Her lamp does not go out at night. She puts her hands to the distaff and hands hold the spindle. She opens her hands to the poor and reaches out her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household are clothed in scarlet. She makes bed coverings for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them. She delivers sashes to the merchants. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. She looks well of the ways of the household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many women have done exactly, but you surpass them all. Many women have done excellently, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her works be praised and let her works praise her in the gates. Okay.
Yeah, so about, I guess, a year ago, maybe? A little over a year, probably, when we did the married couple dinner and date night. I actually spoke on the Proverbs 31 woman and then elaborated further into how the in Ephesians and Corinthians, when it talks about what a marriage should be, and where it's talk about submit yourself to one another in reverence for the Lord. And so I went so deep into all those and had a blast learning about it and digging into it. But yeah, I got all kinds of little highlights up in here from this little
Well, share with us something. What have you highlighted?
I mean, that was over a year ago. I don't know about all that. But the words I had highlighted was talking about how her husband can trust her. She's greatly rich. She does good and not harm. And I think a lot of women, we like to use our words too much. And we can, the Bible says it can be a sword. Your tongue's a sword. And I think that is where we have to be careful, because a lot of times we do more harm by some stuff we say instead of doing the good by just our actions and how we should do things in life and show God's love through our actions.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think what's interesting about this, if you read at the very beginning, see, we actually skip down most of the time when we read only about the virtuous woman.
Oh, I was hoping we were going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
But the wife, we always, jump down to verse 10, but it's interesting because this was actually not even meant for a woman, if you think about it. It was it is for us. I'm not saying it is not, but when it was originally spoken, it was spoken to King Lemuel, however you say that, Lemuel.
This is the only passage in the Bible that mentions that guy, by the way.
Yeah, and
Fun
some
fact.
say that it could be Solomon talking about him, this is what, I'm just saying what people have said, that this could be King Solomon, but he's calling himself this, but that's like a theory. We don't know if that's like completely true. But originally, though, his mother was teaching him these things. So it's being from his mother's perspective for him. So I think it's interesting because it's still talking about to him, saying, this is what you need to look for in a woman. Yeah. This is the thing that you need to find. And so we're able to now, because of that and her, wisdom, we're able to now even apply that to our own lives. And even before that, as she's telling, she's kind of saying like, oh, my son, oh, the son of my womb, or let me see. Yeah. Oh, the son of my womb, do not waste your strength on women, on those who ruin kings. And she's giving him the wisdom. And it's not necessarily for a specific woman, but for the women that are to come, or the women that are maybe in his life that are not teaching him the right things.
But she also tells him to be like gracious and kind and a good man, basically, at the first part. And I think it's funny that we all are always like, oh, it's a Proverbs 31 woman. But really the beginning of it is also like, this is how you should be as a man.
Right. Yeah. And it even says in verse 23, her husband is well known at the city gates where he sits with the other civic leaders, meaning he also has to be held. He is in that moment held to a high standard. And how can not that a woman cannot be I know so many godly women that do not have godly men. Oh my goodness. But it is harder to do it by yourself as a woman when your husband is choosing not to live that life with you and hold your hand in hand. Because here, the reason why she is such a godly woman is because her husband also sits with those civic leaders. Her husband is also a godly man. That's so important.
That is so important. And that goes along with the Ephesians 5, which is one of my favorite. If you look in my Bible, it's highlighted. Yeah. Ephesians 4, 5, and 6.
Show the
camera.
A
whole bunch of
just kidding.
Highlights. But in Ephesians 5, when it's talking about the spiritual God relationship for husbands and wives, a lot of men stick to the one verse that says, wives, submit yourself to the husband, but they don't read past that, or they don't read the verse in front of it. It says to submit to each other out of reverence for God. Yeah. And then the passages after, it says that a man's supposed to treat his wife as God loved the church. Well, God died for the church. He put down everything for us. He to make us holy and pure. So if we have a husband who is willing to do what Christ did for the church, for us, I have absolutely no problem in submitting to my husband and doing what he requests or what he asks.
Because he's going to be leading you in the right direction.
Because he's leading us in a God-fearing home.
And even off the little wing off of that, I always, when this is kind of it is on topic, but it's a little off topic. But it's whenever, it talks about in the Bible, obviously the first commandment that's towards people it talks about loving God and then honoring your father and mother. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't say honor your father and mother if they're really good and they're really great people and they're Christian people, and that's it. It's like honor your father and mother. That is a commandment. And so how important that is, even in the same of what you're saying, it's easy to submit to a man who is a godly man. And that is the obligation. That is the call of men. That is the call of men, is to be a man of God and to serve the Lord. But even still, even when they don't, to those women who may not have a man who is in that going down the path that he should, be encouraged to know you submit to him in the sense of you pray for him, you love him with your entire heart, you give him the love that he doesn't deserve, but the love that we also don't deserve, but Jesus still gives us. So be encouraged in that way too.
Yeah. So in Corinthians, my other favorite, I'm sitting here going through all my favorites. When Keeler told me this podcast was about marriage and Proverbs 31 and all that, I got super excited. Like, this is my topic. I
Keeler
love
said
this.
that? No, Kristin said, how about this?
Did I?
Yes.
Oh,
It's a good
you're
topic.
welcome. It was my idea, I guess.
You're welcome, world.
I didn't know.
I think it was timely and relevant though, because the men have been talking so much about kind of, how to be a great man, how to do work-life balance. And then they also have told, many tales about us. So I thought it was our time to get up.
Yeah, which, by the way, anyways, we'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
Also, if you
Not
do
all of
not
it
know,
true.
I am the producer typically for the podcast. So I typically sit in the corner and listen to the men talk. And I have to show a great deal of restraint listening to these guys sometimes, because I'm like, oh man, I want to say this, and like they got that totally wrong. I know what Dina would say about that.
Totally wrong.
Yeah. So just so y'all know, Keeler was married in December.
Yeah,
Not the spring.
If you listen to the podcast,
that's okay.
you would think we were married in the spring.
I was very pregnant at her wedding.
Also, the story of the Winter Jam mess that Zach was talking about ain't right, but it's fine. Anyways,
It was close.
It's good. They try. That's
try
the thing.
really
They try.
hard.
The
They
big
try.
highlight moments were right. Jonathan did marry Keeler.
That's true.
And we did go
sing
up
at
and
Winter
sing at
Jam.
Winter
That's true.
But it is harder, I guess, speaking extemporaneously. And you're like, yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, but how did you get that wrong? Anyway, back to
okay.
Proverbs 31. When we had talked about doing that, I started reading through it, and it talks about a lot about, she makes her own clothes and she does this and that. And if you take that at face value, you're like, oh, son, no, I am not doing any of that.
But they take it at face value.
The
and
best
we will
thing
do
I
make
have
it
is
around.
a Cricut machine. I can make some crafts.
Hey, you can though.
You can make
You
some
do
awesome
that really
crafts.
well.
Hey, oh,
Yeah, that's
gosh,
really
thanks.
good.
Well, my sister quilts, and
Ah.
so I'm like, she's doing real stuff. And she enjoys cooking dinner. And I'm like, man, she's doing way better than me.
Now, I do enjoy cooking. I will say
Do
that.
you?
I love to cook.
There's love in your food?
There's
love.
It depends what day it is, but most days, if I'm not working,
I have
there's
to
love in
make
my food.
an actual effort to be like, I am not just providing food for my husband, for my family. It is a joy that I have food that I get to prepare to feed them. And it's really hard. It's really hard, but I have to make a conscious effort.
Yeah,
at that.
throughout the week, we surviving. Okay, we surviving. On the weekend, I get in chef mode. Y'all, I've been cooking, y'all. I've been cooking some food. It's been good. I ain't gonna tell you what we had last night, but it was amazing because that just takes too long. But to your point though, Keeler, I just want to say, it says in verse 29, there are many virtuous and capable women in this world, but you surpass them all. There are a lot of women who are really good cooks. There are a lot, which I'm subpar. I think my cooking tastes really good. Evan, he goes, So I think it
that's all
tastes
you
good.
need.
And my kid says, Mama, this is a good meal. So I feel like it's good, but it doesn't always mean it's good. But even though there's so many, there's women who do all these things, who are good at doing these things, but all of this is in vain if we are not doing it out of a heart of love, and we're not doing it out of a heart of selflessness, right? So, that's something that the Lord really convicted me of, y'all. And let me just say this, compared to the guys, I will cry, okay? I am Gina Henderson's daughter, so I will cry. But that's something the Lord, being selfless towards my husband, towards my children, towards other people. I don't only want to show these things, not for people to say, oh, look at Dina. She's such a virtuous woman. Look at all the things she's sewing. Look at all the things she's doing. I want people to look at me. I want them to remember me as selfless, loving, overly loving, and never wanting for anything for herself. And that's something, honestly, it's a part of my testimony as far as me. I dealt with selfishness terribly. Whenever, and Kristin, first of all, let me just say this. Okay, Kristin is married to my brother. That's why I talk about Zach the way I do, is because I can't.
Somebody's got to humble him down.
That's it.
Dina's the humbler.
That's what they call me. No, I'm just
humbler.
kidding. But
She is, really.
my husband made me a shirt that has H on it. It's like
goodness.
Superman.
That's
Because my family calls me. But I do it in. I'm trying to remind us to not be selfish here. But really, it's just my problems I'm putting off on everybody else apparently. But no, Kristen's been around for a real long time though, because her and Zach started dating when I was really young.
You know, time out. I did the math on that, and we have been together longer than we've been alive by now.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's a long time.
It's a long time. It's
I've been around a long
So
time.
Kristen's seen a lot of good things, and I've seen a lot of bad things too. But whenever Kristin was the praise team leader back, like right after Miss Cindy.
Let's not talk about how long ago that was.
It was a long time ago. Okay, it was like 40 years ago. But anyway,
it wasn't that long
I'm
ago.
just kidding. But she was the praise team leader, and then right after that, me and Zach kind of stepped in, and then we started doing praise team. And at that time, I was young. I mean, I think I was like coming out of middle school. I think legit, I was in like freshman year of high school or something. So I was really young, not spiritually mature. Don't know what in the world I was doing. I was just listening to my brother, I guess. And so anyways, but I remember there were so many people on our praise team. They were talented. Like seriously, name dropping here. But Leah and Elena, talented. We had, just a lot of people. Colton Backman was up there, and Melissa. I wanted to call her more, but it's Melissa Backman, and just some other people. They're very talented people, and we all got to sing together. Miss Megan Goff was up there, and Justice, love you, buddy. But anyways, he watches, but we got to all be a part of an awesome team. And during that time, though, I dealt with heavy selfishness. I would hear a friend of mine, a person up on our praise team singing, and I would think, I can sing better. No, I would. I mean, and I say this not out of it hurts my heart to talk about. It really does, because it's embarrassing and it's hurtful, and I'm so ashamed of that part. But at the same time, I'm grateful for it, because, and I know to some people it's like, oh my goodness, it's just immaturity, and it was immaturity, but it was also a spiritual immaturity. It was a time, there was a lot of things that I got hurt from it because I did it to myself. But I remember for some reason, one day I was praying, and the Lord just like woke me up, like slapped it on my face, like, you are selfish and you are prideful. And I went to my parents and I was like, why didn't you tell me? Did y'all not want to say anything to me about this? And they were like, Dina, we did. We tried to tell you. And I don't believe it, but they said, we tried to tell you, just wouldn't listen. And maybe that's true, because I did have that problem too. But anyways, I had to go to church, and I had to, I don't even remember what we were doing, but we were all sitting, our praise team was like sitting down at the altar for some reason. And I was just like, y'all, I got to apologize to you. And I just apologized, because I had been really selfish. I'd said some things, and I don't even remember what I said or what I did, but that's just a part of me that was, that's been a growth thing. And so I'm sad to say that I was like that, but I want people to remember me not as those things of how I was or anything like that, or even the good things that I do, but as the woman that God has designed me to be, and the encourager and the lover of people, and the lover first and foremost of Him, and selfless, not selfish. So
I think you're doing great, Dina.
we rolling.
Yeah.
We trying to make it. But
Hey, every day you have to, take that time, to be with the Lord.
Yes.
Before, I feel like a lot of times I can be like, oh my goodness. Like, and I instantly will snap. I'll snap at Jonathan. I'll snap at the kids. He's in the corner. He's being me today, producer Keeler. He's being producer John today, and he's over there nodding. He's like, oh yeah, she can snap. First of all, hormones are real, but I try not to blame them all on that. You have to make that time to be with Jesus, to be with the Lord in the morning. In my opinion, it's the morning, but sometimes it's at night too. And take that time to kind of like center yourself.
You do.
I would say that's my favorite part of my work day, is because I have 25 minutes, by myself going to work, that I don't have somebody talking to me.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I walk back in the door, it's like mom duty, and your mom duty until they go to sleep. And by the time they go to sleep, I mean, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I think that, which I'm not trying to take it this direction, but at the same time I am, how do you go about, as a mom, go about having your quiet time with the Lord? Go about seeking him. And I mean, really, really seeking. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's just, like, what is your walk with him like in that way?
Me first. Okay. First. So I have found it quite difficult with my children who don't sleep. They wake up at the crack of dawn, and I don't know how to fix that. They go to bed. Don't matter what time they go to bed. They're going to be up at 6. It just doesn't matter. And so they take after their daddy in that situation, because I am a full 8 to 9 hour sleeper. I need my sleep or I'm grumpy. But on my work days, it's on my way to work, honestly, that I'm by myself, because if not, I'm either waking up at 4 a.m. because I have to be at work by 6:30.
Yeah.
And that just, my mental state would not be okay if I did that. So on the way to work is when I've listened to the Bible, and I do my devotion and my prayer and worship. In fact, fun fact, I ran a red light in Columbia not too long ago. I mean, it's been a while because I had surgery and have been out of work for a month. But
your hand looks a lot better.
They do look great. I had carpal tunnel surgery. And so, yeah, flat ran the red light. And I was in some deep praise and worship when I ran that red light. And I went up under it and said, oh, Jesus, I am so sorry. I was like, let's get back to the down to earth here. Like, I got to get back into the, you are driving, Kristin. You got to pay somewhat attention. And I made it to work safely. Nobody was harmed in my trip to work.
Cops were probably sleeping.
Speaking of people who drive crazy and then they're like, Lord, help me. My mother-in-law, Susan, if you're watching, she loves to drive fast. She's a fast driver, and she will go fast, and then she will pass a cop, and then she will be like, Lord Jesus, please help me. I don't let him catch me speeding. I'm sorry, Lord. And I'm like... And she never gets caught.
How many tickets has she gotten?
She's gotten a couple, but most of the time she gets out or whatever. But that lady's been stopped a couple times. But it's so funny riding with her, because she's like, oh, Lord, help me. I'm like, he's not helping you go 80 miles an hour right now. That's you.
That's your fault. That's your foot.
It always cracks me up.
She's caught up in the worship moment. She's not paying attention. I understand, Miss Susan. I completely understand. Hence me running a red light. It was...
I'm glad you were safe.
Yeah. I was safe. But, nobody's really on the road. So, between 6 and 6:30, you're safe in the mornings running red lights.
We encourage it, guys. This is a PSA. If you need to go fast, go between 6 and 6:30 in the morning downtown.
Yeah, Huger Street. Yeah. It's fine.
Huger? UG.
Oh. Yeah, I say UG.
It's UG Street.
Oh, whatever street it is.
Hunger Street.
Whatever.
All right. If you're watching YouTube, you're welcome. Anyway, so what's your, how do you,
what in the morning, I have like the Bible app, and it sends you your verse of the day. And so I try to kind of do my morning devotion based off that. Is normally when I drink my cup of coffee and I sit on the couch for a minute until school starts back, and then we'll see where that goes. But in the evening, we read a chapter of the Bible with the kids each night, and we do our kind of corporate prayers together. And I try to get a lot in with that. I try to, make it's not quite as repetitive sometimes. I try to be like, oh, praying all the things tonight, because it gets repetitive with your kids night after night. And you try to be like, well, I'm not just praying for this, we're praying for all the things. Anyway, and then when I go to bed and I lay in bed before I go to sleep, I try to, spend time with him, the Lord as well. Then.
Yeah.
What about you?
And Evan's talked about it, and I think he'll talk about it a little bit too when he does his testimony, but back in before 2024, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't feel like I had I don't we say all the right things, right? We want to sit here and we want to be like, I'm this good lady. I grew up in church and I do all the right things all the time, but the truth is that you don't. It's just what it is. You don't do all the right things because you let your flesh, especially when you're trying to do it yourself and not allowing the Lord to lead you in your life. And you're choosing to not be with him. You're not doing the right thing. Anyways, before that, I could tell you honestly, I would probably read the Bible maybe once a week or so. But the Lord really has convicted my household in the best way. And so Evan gets up at 5:30 in the morning, or before that, I don't know, because he's like your kids. He just will go to sleep at like midnight and then wake up. He's not there. But he gets up really, really early, and then I try to get up as soon after. Doesn't always happen that way, but I try to get up early as well, and I'll spend my time. Then I actually do a devotional. Or have a devotional that has a scripture with it. But one thing that's really been awesome, and I love where I work, at my lunch, I've been able to do a lot of intimacy with the Lord. A lot in my office. Like, it's been awesome, honestly. So I don't do that every day, but I will do it most days. And so a lot of times, sometimes there are mornings where it's just crazy and chaotic, and I only have time to read a little bit, and I do not have time to sit there and like dig into it. So at my lunch, I do that instead of doing it early in the morning. But I'm gonna tell you, it makes a difference if you don't do something in the morning. Evan and I talk about this all the time, how important it is for us to actually be in the Word, because it affects the entire outlook of the day. So I try, as Kristin said, if I'm not able to get into my Word that morning, then I love listening to the Bible. I listen to the Bible all the time. Even when I'm working out at work, because I do that. But I do sometimes. But if I'm working out, or like if I'm doing
in your
something,
office?
No, I have a gym. I have a gym in my office.
Oh,
It's fancy. But yeah, no, there's a gym there, and so if I am working out, then I'll do that. But anytime I'm doing things, I've been trying to listen to the Bible more than even music, because how the Bible is what feeds you. Music is what brings joy into your life and stuff like that. But the Word is where, like, that's where you eat. That's where you drink. Yeah. And so I don't want to be hungry.
So I heard a lady, and you said feed, and it just made me think of this. Her children were telling her, they were listening to something, and she's like, y'all need to listen to that. And they're like, Mom, it's not that bad. It's just like a bad word here or there. It's not that bad. Yeah. And she said, okay. She said, that's fine. She said, I'm going to make your favorite dessert tonight. It's going to be blueberry cobbler, but I'm going to use a little bit of cat poo in it. It's fine. Just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So she's sitting there, and it's like a reel online, and she's sitting there making it, and she goes, this is a little bit of cat poo I'm putting in here because it's okay. Yeah. Just a little bit. It's not going to hurt nobody. And then I'm going to serve it to him tonight and just tell him it's just got a little bit of cat poo, but it's okay because, it's not that bad. Yeah. And she said, and they wouldn't eat it. Yeah. She said, and so I made my point that it doesn't matter if it has a little bit of something in it. Mm-hmm. It's still going to affect you in a negative way. 100%. And so that stuck with me, and I was like, yeah, absolutely.
In my household now, we do not watch shows that have cursing in it. If you go on Netflix, it's like every show has GD, the F-bomb. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's everywhere. It's annoying how it's everywhere. But so we do not watch those things anymore because number one, it started filling my head in the worst ways, as you said. Like, it was filling me with some bad things. You weren't even welcoming those things in your head, but they're showing up, Yeah. So it is so important to purge yourself. Another thing is Evan got rid of social media, and I have social media on only one place. I don't have it on my phone anymore, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't want it at all. This is a conviction that it's been going on for actually the past couple of weeks. But I just don't even want it at all because it has been so putrid in my head. Like, just the things that are out there, you don't welcome them, but they're there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just, I'm telling you, guard your heart, guard your mind, and completely, people may look at it, and I think it was even, I don't know if this was said recently, but people may look at you like you're over the top, you're dumb, you're all these things, but this doesn't say, as you just said, none of this right here is talking about a Proverbs 31 woman. None of this says, do all of these things, but, also if you do a couple of these things, it's cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, it doesn't say that. It says this. It says, all of these things. It says the word. It's not a, yeah, but I can give into my flesh a little bit. Man, we've got to really, and this is, as we say these things, as we're here, we're all working on this, right? We're not saying we got
absolutely.
it. We got it.
We totally figured it out.
We totally got it. But
It's on the side. It's a red
Sorry.
button. Sorry, producer John is struggling. Got it? Does it say recording? Yep. Okay.
We're back.
yeah, but no, the word of God it says what it says here. I mean, this is what we're supposed to live by. And so, and again, we may not have it all together and we may not have it all figured out here sitting at this table, but it's cool to try to be an encouragers to each other and women of God, to say, I am not okay. Call me out when I'm not okay, but I'm trying to do my best, and I'm seeking the Lord for help more.
Yeah.
And it's really important to have people in your lives who will do that for you. Like Dina is somebody who will be on it, and she'll be like, why would you say that? Like that was harsh. Or, she has literally said that to me, and I was like,
really?
yes.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, so now that was not very kind. Like what I said was harsh. And a lot of times I don't see the words that I say as being harsh. They're more like, oh, they're just matter of fact. Like, you need to be like this. This needs to be better, blah, blah, blah. And it may be true. But delivery is 90% of your thing. And Dina called me out one day, and I was just like,
did?
yeah. And I was like, you're right. Like I'm really sorry.
Listen,
I hope you're fine.
No, I didn't even know that. I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry.
No, you shouldn't be. I think it's important to have those people who hold you accountable.
It is. And I tell people, Evan, oh my goodness, Evan calls me out all the time. As our family, we call each other out a lot. Oh, sometimes it's not in the nicest way when we call each other out, to be honest.
It's all with love.
It is. But we look at it, and I always tell my brothers, you don't have to like me, but you will love me before you walk out of here. And that's the truth. I mean it, though.
Did your mom say that?
No, I said that.
You said that?
TM. Dina said it. I just trademarked it. But anyways, but it's real, because I do want people to be honest with me. If not hurtful, honest, as you said. Like, I don't want to be hurtful. I want to come off as an encouragement, just to be like, oh, reminder, let's not do that, okay? And I'm really grateful. She listens to it too, Brianna Shumpert. She works with me, and we've been doing a Bible study at work together. And that's been an encouragement, because we'll be like, ooh, so the other day I was talking to so-and-so about this. Maybe let's just be careful about how we say that. And like I've noticed I said this to somebody, and like, catch me if I say something like that again. You know what I mean? Like, because I want to be held accountable everywhere I am. I mean, this is who I'm supposed to be. And if I'm not being this, then what's the point? Like, I've ruined it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And I will say, so I work in the OR, and it is harsh. The OR is not for the faint of heart.
Well, there's very little margin for error.
Well, there's that. But I'm talking about you would think the OR would be like a place of, you're so focused, you're not talking very much, you're not listening to music, you're not doing this. But that is completely opposite of what the OR actually is. Like, we have music playing, the doctor's talking, telling a story, we're telling stories. Like, it's become habit of what you're doing. So it's just in your habit of working, you're talking and keeping things entertaining and lighthearted, where you're not just bored doing the same thing over and over and over. And you have to be very careful in the OR, because it is definitely a secular world out there.
yeah.
And so, I've had to catch myself many times.
Oh, yeah.
Be like, Lord, please help me forget this.
But be real, because this is how I am too. If I'm in an atmosphere of people who are not doing the godly, the godly thing, and not actually living by the word, I mean, dude, I fall right. I have to be careful and be very mindful of my surroundings, or I will fall just so easily into, into the garbage of the world. Yeah. I'm not calling them garbage. It's just the garbage of the mouths,
Yeah. Most of the time when there's like a patient on the table, I won't elaborate on whatever they're talking about. I'll just let it go. But if the patient's not in the room and somebody says something, I'll, let's talk about it this way, or let's not talk about it that way, or blah, blah, blah. But I don't ever want to make a surgeon mad when he's operating. So, yeah, it's probably not a good thing to do.
Said that to me.
I don't need to be yelled
there
at
goes
while
the
he's
spleen.
operating.
Give me another kidney.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways.
And on that note, the boys normally have a segment called Silly Stories with the Boys, but we will be doing Silly Stories with the girls.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Nice.
Kristen, would you like to go first?
Okay, I will go first. And this is, I love my husband. I do so much. But Mason was, I think he was like 6 months old. Maybe. He was not a good sleeper. Still isn't. My children don't sleep. And so I went to the women's retreat that's coming up in September. It's a great retreat. You should go if you're a woman. Just saying. Blurb for women's ministries. But I was there, and it was me and Lauren were in a room together. And it is like midnight. Me and Lauren's talking, whatever. We just got out of service good and back in the room. Well, around 1 o'clock, my phone rings. And I look at it, and it's Zach. And I answer the phone, and I start laughing because all I hear is Mason screaming like bloody murder. Like, he is screaming. And Zach is, new dad mode. He has no idea what to do. And why are you laughing? This is not funny. He's not going to sleep. I'm like, just go put him in his crib. Let him cry it out. He'll be fine. I've tried. He's not going to sleep. This isn't happening. Me and Lauren are dying laughing in this bed because I can't do a single thing about it. I'm 3.5 hours away.
If you know Zach at all, it's hilarious though to see him go through that.
It is. He's like,
it's funny.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
And my husband's like, cool as a cucumber.
For real.
It's
for
like,
real.
the world's falling apart, but it's okay. Because, we're here, we're in and out, everything's great. And I'm normally the one that's freaking out on situations, but not in this situation. He was freaking out, and I was able to laugh hysterically at him because I couldn't do a single thing other than...
And hang up the phone and go to bed.
Hang up the phone and go to bed.
Bye.
Anyways, bye.
So,
Love you, mean it.
yeah. I felt really bad. He told me I couldn't go ever again. It was done.
And then you've gone every year since.
I have. I've gone every year. He's
and to
fine.
hear him tell the story, he's like, "No, listen. It wasn't that bad. I was fine." That is not even how he talks, but that's just how he talks.
That's not how he talks. But yeah,
that's not real.
No, that's one of my funny stories.
That's
a
funny.
good one.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, speaking of obeying your husband.
Okay.
So Jonathan has told a lot of dirt bike stories, and I will tell my own now. When I think we might have been engaged, maybe. And at that time, Jonathan had a little pit bike, and all the guys were big into pit bikes. This was when Pastor Zach also had a pit bike. And I was like, I'm going to ride it. It doesn't look that hard. Like, I don't know. Y'all are just riding around in circles all the time. Anyway, like, it can't possibly be that hard. And it's a little 110. It's not that big. I should have been able to do this. Okay. And he was like, do not do that. Do not. You will get hurt. And I was like, you're not telling me what to do. And one of my brother-in-laws was like, she can do it. She'll be fine. I was like, yeah, see, Griff believes I'll be fine. And if you knew my brother-in-law, she would know that that's probably the number one guy to not listen to about dirt bikes because he didn't really ride dirt bikes. I was going to say, he doesn't even ride them. And he was like, you can do it. And I was like, yeah, Griff says I'll be fine. And Jonathan was like, do not do it. And I was like, tell me what to do. So I hopped myself on that little thing and I went 3 seconds and then I went straight off of like the side of a hill somehow. I didn't even go into like a flat field, guys. I'm like on the track. And I fall down, and before I could even fall good, Jonathan had picked me up, and I had cut my leg. I was bleeding, but I was under sweatpants, and I was not going to cry in front of Jonathan. I was like...
Nuh-uh. I'd have cried all over the place.
No, because he would have been like, I told you so. And I was like, I can't let him get too prideful. So I was like, okay, well, y'all have fun. Do whatever you want. And so I like left, and I remember pulling up my sweatpants leg, and it was gushing blood.
Did you have to get stitches?
No, it was fine. It wasn't that bad. It was just scraped. But it was bleeding.
That is dramatic. You just made that way more dramatic than it was. I'm thinking your leg almost fell off.
It did.
Yeah, like
it got rubbed by the metal. And it was bleeding.
Wow.
Anyway,
That's
so
really
Jonathan
funny.
never lets me forget that because he's always like, remember, that time that I told you not to do something, you did it anyway? Maybe you should apply that to the rest of your life and listen to my advice.
Wow.
See, yeah.
Which is true.
There's a
A
lot
lot
of
of
moments
times he's right.
though that you're like my husband is right about a lot of things, but
So like aggravating. He really is right.
he's right, but you have to be humble enough to realize you're not always right. Dina,
John.
Evan, everybody. We all go through that. But now, okay, well, at the beginning of this, I really didn't have a funny story, but I guess I have a funny story now. Because you were talking about your kids, and it just makes me think of it. This is like so random. But the first time that we had our child, my first is Roman. That was almost, by the way, that was almost 5 years ago, which yours is almost 5 too, which is so weird. Yeah. But anyways, whenever he was born, I was in labor, like the pushing part for you know what I mean? For 2.5 hours. So poor little thing, he had to get like pulled out of me because he just would not come out. And also he had a knot in his umbilical cord. I had a fever when he was born. He had a fever. He couldn't breathe. He had jaundice. It was like a whole bunch of things. So he was in the NICU. And he was in the NICU for 7 days. Well, when he comes home, you know, we're like, you delicate little flower. Like, don't breathe on him. Don't do anything, right? But just like that, like you're excited. You bring him home in the car seat. And again, for 7 days after having the baby or after having him, Evan and I would just go back and forth from the hospital to home. And we were still sleeping without a child in our house. So like, you know, the nurses are taking care of my child. And so we bring him home and I had the little video. It's so funny. But I had the little video of us bringing him into the house. And I'm like, all right, it's Roman's first time coming in the house. And this is also like 2020, so it was COVID time. So anyways, so I'm like, all right, well, I want him to smell good. So I'm going to give him like little bath, but not like, I didn't get his belly button wet or anything like that, but I was like, I'm going to give him a little bath. Well, immediately he starts like screaming. And Evan's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Something's wrong with him. I think we need to take him back to the hospital. And we're like freaking out. I mean, for a solid, like, it was a long time. It was like for a solid hour. We're like, what do I do? And then finally we fed him and he went to sleep. But it was the funniest having a child. We have a lot of people in our family right now. My sister-in-law is not just one like that. My other sister-in-law is
not it.
Yeah. I had my other sister-in-law, Caleb and Carly. They're having twins. And then Jay and Matt are also having a baby. So I got a lot of babies around me right now. But I always like telling that story. Just put it in perspective. It gets better. It gets so much better. Don't freak out. But having a baby for the first time is so interesting. But it's fun.
It is definitely interesting.
It is so interesting.
Very big learning curve.
Yeah.
That no one teaches you about.
And this has been Silly Stories with the Girls. Okay, so
anyway, back to it.
Well, so we've had Zach talk about, you know, being a pastor, how much work that entails, and he's kind of touched on that the last couple of episodes. But I wanted to ask you, you know, as a pastor's wife, what is that like for you? What does it look like from the other side of that, like having your husband work all of these crazy hours, who's, you know, kind of has to readily be available all the time? Like, what's that like?
Yeah. So he leaves tomorrow morning to go to training.
Oh, really?
For the sound, because our board has so much faith in him.
It's gotten a lot better. The sound, it's really gotten better.
It has over there. It's doing great. Yeah. Oh. But this is like to redo the sound in the church, like professionally do it. And they are sending him to do this. And
nice. That's cool.
Yeah. So there's that. So he leaves Monday and he comes back on Wednesday night at midnight. So pretty much Thursday for my children. And I'm not too excited about that because we're never apart.
Yeah.
I mean, except for when I'm at work.
Yeah.
But we're never apart. And this past month, I mean, I love my husband to death. Yeah, I would not have been able to do these surgeries if he wasn't who he is, because I don't think any man would just, you know, do everything for his wife like Zach has had to do, and be happy about it. Yeah. I guess let's put it that way, and be happy about it. And I apologized to him many times, and he's like, "It's my honor. I get to do it. I get to, you know, be there for nice. You." And I'm like, "You're the best." And I know in his mind, he's probably like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah.
But he never says that. He's like, "Anything for you, babe. I'll do anything." And is very sweet. Yeah. Love him. So much. But so in like church, I have to be careful with how I say things, how I do things, and he walks in the door.
Dun, dun, dun.
His ears were itching.
They were. Ears, nose, everything. Talking about him, he walks in. But
I'm humbling you the whole time. Don't worry. I'm just kidding.
she is.
I'm just kidding. Listen, you're doing good.
But so I just have to be super careful with different things that you say. But you also have to be on guard, because I will say there was a lady in our church, and I'm not going to say her name because I don't know if she wants her name to be said, but she came to our pastors probably 2 years ago, and she said, I had a dream, and I just want y'all to know this dream. And she said there is some wolves in sheep clothing, and y'all just need to be careful. And that's what she told them. And, you know, they came home and told us, me and Miss Gina, you know, we were like, okay, you know, be on guard. But the situation that came out of that was just blindsided everybody, and it was just crazy. But it's just one of those things to where, as a pastor's wife, you have to allow your husband to be able to be out there, because, I mean, he's the most emotional support for the whole congregation. So women are going to hug him. They're going to love on him, do all this blah, 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 whatever. And you got to be okay with it to a certain extent. But then you also have to be on guard, because there's a lot of crazy women out there. And so you have to be on guard and be like, all right, you got to bring it back closer to home. Be careful, you know, be careful. And we say that all the time I know Miss Gina says it to Pastor Gina all the time. I say it to Zach all the time. You know, be careful. Don't put yourself in a situation. Like, they have like standards that they're held to here by me and Miss Gina. I think we're the ones who set them. But
and Miss Tina's always here too. Y'all don't forget.
Exactly.
Miss Tina's out here.
Miss Tina's always the reason why their meetings are here with Miss Tina in the office, or either one of them in the office. But I think the main thing for pastors, I feel like the attacks on pastors are more, I don't know how to word it, but congregational relations, because attacks come from the outside a lot, and you have to be on guard. You have to be careful, because it's the way it is these days with people out there, because you never know who comes in your church, and the church is open for everybody. I mean, just because you're at the church doesn't mean you're a Christian. And so you just have to be careful. And so it's a huge thing on being careful and knowing that our house is a glass house, and everybody knows everything about my whole family. And, which is fine, because we have nothing to hide. I don't care. But as my children get older, they're going to hate it, I'm sure. But it's fine. We just have to be very careful.
No,
That's pretty much all it is.
I truly pray that, and I pray this for because your kids are my children's best friends. That's all they talked about.
Hope they turned out fine.
Yeah, no, they're going to be fine. And one thing, like my dad, growing up under, you know, him being a pastor. Yes,
Yeah, you were also, you know, a pastor's child.
Yeah,
so under a microscope.
Yeah, my husband is not a pastor, but he's an awesome, godly man, but he's not a pastor. But both my brothers are, and so is my dad. And so growing up and being, like, everybody watching me, I felt like I would have people tell me I saw you at the walking track the other day, and I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
What about it? But it was just, they were just telling me, and I was like, okay. And I think it was just, you know, like, there's people watching. I look at those people. I am so thankful for every single one of them. I love, now, back then I was like, I don't know why he watching me. I don't know why she is saying that, you know, but now I'm so grateful, because my life, I was prayed over, y'all. Like, I know for a fact the leadership, when they prayed over my dad, it trickled down to me. Like, I know it did. When they prayed over, I mean, it just, I felt the anointing from it. I still feel it. I feel the power of God protecting my life, now protecting my children and my husband. And so I don't think your children are going to hate it. I think they're going to love it. It's going to be hard, but just as anything else is hard. So I think they're going to thrive in it. And I think it is being a lot of times I remember people would find out I was a pastor's kid, and they'd be like, oh, I didn't think you were a pastor kid. Every pastor's kid I know does blah, 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 blah. And it was like,
they're heathens.
Terrible things.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? My mama would beat my butt. So would my daddy. And like, what are you talking about? But more than that, like I felt conviction as a kid, like more than, other people did. I feel like I still feel that conviction, but so I'm very, very grateful for that. And to be honest, I think that's why I'm still I don't seek the Lord because of guilt that my parents have put on me, or anything like that. I seek the Lord because He's been faithful. He's been so good to me, and I don't deserve Him. And so I pray that for your kids as well, because your kids are my kids, basically. Caleb and Carly's kids are my kids, and we gon' they anointed in Jesus'
they gonna
name.
be anointed,
and they're gonna live for the Lord, and they're gonna serve Him all their lives, and they're gonna see through the patience that you have. Madison's gonna see. Man, it's gonna make me cry, but I'm gonna be all right. But through the patience that you have, the kindness that you have towards people, the love that you have towards people, the love that Zach has, the gentleness that Zach has, the selflessness, all these things, that is what your kids see, and that's what they long for when they see it.
I love that she just said
Amen.
the gentleness that Zach has.
He's
Not
very
you.
gentle. I will say, that's
Not
one
me,
thing.
Zach.
No. I'm just saying.
No, it's fine.
She
It's
said
fine.
you were patient.
I am very humble and gentle and loving, but you mess with my family and the mama voice comes out. Or you mess with my husband and the mama voice comes out. It
Going
just
down.
does.
Yeah.
It does.
It's hard. It is
But
hard, though, to your point, adding to... Everybody clap for Jonathan.
He just opened a Coke can.
He just opened the can. But anyways, let me end with this. The last, to your point, about telling your husbands that you have to watch it, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
I think that not only applies to your husbands, but it also applies
Everybody.
to our
Everybody's
husbands.
husbands.
Everybody's. A man of God has to watch himself, and that's why I'm so stinking. I know y'all love your husbands and everything. That's great. But I love my husband. Like, I love him. Like, and I really do. And I'm so thankful because he truly, he is so careful, and he watches over he knows that he has to be careful. Sometimes he's unaware, and I remind him, but he tries to do that. And so I think it's so important for all men of God. You have to be so careful, guard your heart, guard your mind,
And your family.
and your family. Yes.
But that's not just
Absolutely.
the men; it's women.
Oh,
the women
100%,
too. And especially,
Encourage your husbands.
yes, encourage your husband.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Be good people.
Yeah.
The list.
All the
So
things.
I was just given the box.
Okay.
That is not a box.
I'm
The
sorry.
basket.
This is a
the
little
basket.
This thing right here. I think, did we make this somewhere?
No, I bought that at Hobby Lobby for $2.99.
Girl, I made one of these one time. I did, though. I really did. I just was reminded this.
Wow.
Gina Henderson can prove it. Mama posted on Facebook, all right? Because her behind's always up on Facebook. But
She keeps everything.
I have one of these things. Anyways,
Yeah.
I could have made one for you.
You should have made it. You should have volunteered.
Where is it? Talk about
those using
woman
your hands.
who weaves the basket. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think that's there. But I did pick on this little basket with the men, but it suits the women.
We're gonna try to
very
find
well.
a manlier
It's
basket
cute.
for the
Suits
men because
very well.
Kristin does
I
not
feel like I should run through the woods going to my
Unfortunately-
grandma's house with that basket. You know what I mean?
Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my husband told Keeler that I did not like this basket.
He did.
So there's
He was
that.
like, Kristin called me and she does not like your basket.
The truth hurts.
I was like, okay. All right.
So,
Also, producer John, my husband made these questions today, so we have no idea what they say.
Boo.
We'll see what happens.
Just kidding.
Okay. I don't know why it says Pastor Zach on here. Was this his question? Okay. So Pastor Zach sent a question.
Uh-oh.
Ah.
If you listen to your husband more, would your life be better or easier?
It's
He
squeezed.
literally wrote this as I must have been talking about this because yes, Jonathan and I talk about this all the time. He really is right. Like a lot of times if we're like debating something, he truly is annoyingly right about things. And if I would probably listen to what he was saying more, my life probably would be easier. But sometimes, you got to find things out on your own.
I
Like how hard riding a dirt bike is.
now, I think if you're taking it for my mama, there's so many routes I could go here. But the way my mama taught me probably wasn't the best. I'm trying to get out of some of those ways because back then I'd be like, no man gonna tell me nothing. You ain't gonna tell me what it is. But I do, one thing I have been very convicted of. Telling you. But it's good. It's so good. But if you do not in the submissive way of like, yes, You know, it's like my husband said he would prefer, like, I would really, please do not do this because I really feel like this could be detrimental to this. Yep. Okay. Like, it's not even like a, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well,
It's
that's like
all
the
right.
way they approach it as well.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
again, with the tone.
Now, if he's
the
sitting there
tone does
telling
do
me
everything.
sometimes it's hard for me in my little stubbornness because I want to be like, when he's like, I'm telling you, I know I'm right. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to prove you wrong, bro. Like, you know, that part of me wants to come out. But yes, I think I'm not saying he's always right, but he makes good points.
Yeah. Valid
I will
points.
say, if they are following Ephesians
Yes,
to the
exactly,
T, I can listen to him without a problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there we go.
I think you even said that earlier on the podcast.
I absolutely
we answered
did.
the question
Yeah,
already,
John.
Jonathan. All right. Well, then we should have answered it. Go ahead.
this one. Okay. Can you touch the bottom of the deep end?
Oh my goodness.
What?
Yes.
So in Miss Gina's pool, yeah, easily.
Oh, yeah.
We can stand up with no problem. It's not really a deep end in her
Jonathan
pool, but it's deeper.
Likes to say that I am not a strong swimmer, which I rebuke. I'm a fine swimmer.
I think anybody could touch the bottom of the deep end.
Yeah.
Come
Get it
back
back
up
up.
alive. I don't know.
I
but
don't like to go like head down to the deep end. It hurts my ears. So I like to like
Yeah.
pencil in and be like,
Okay.
oh, I touched it.
I hadn't had a deep end to dive into in a very long time. So
Yeah. No, I'm not really. I don't like water like that. Like me and water. I mean, like, well, you know, I go swimming, do my thing, but like,
I like keeping my head above water.
Does your mom swim?
My mom doesn't. Oh, don't call her out like that.
She wades in the pool.
She
very
does the
nicely.
starfish.
She can float.
That's what she does.
She doesn't want her head to go underwater.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
But all my children go underwater now, and they do a little swim. Now they gotta have the little swimmies on, but they're 2 and 4, so we're doing good.
Yeah, Madison's doing great. She can swim
See how
in
we
Gina's
start talking
pool
about our
very
kids?
well. Always. It always goes to our
Yep.
kids.
My kids
All
can
right.
swim without floaties.
Okay, but what? That was rude.
Mine has not had floaties on for most of the summer.
No, mine
She's doing
definitely
great.
have. Evan's a
Well-
great swimmer. I am not.
Evan?
Yeah, he's amazing. Like, for real, he's really good.
Professional.
That's what he wants to do. He wants to do Survivor so bad because he would not make it though. Not because he would just get really frustrated with everybody.
Yeah.
But he wants to do it so bad. He's like, the swimming stuff. He's like, I got it. I'm like, yeah, he probably would do good in it. Okay. Anyways,
Okay. What side of the bed do you sleep on?
Ooh.
if you're looking at the bed, I sleep on the left side of the bed,
No, if I'm laying in the bed,
Oh, if I'm laying
on
in the
the
bed?
left side.
closest to the bathroom.
Exactly. Left side of the bed.
So you don't care what side it's
No,
on?
I do. Evan acts like it's important, but I mean, when I go places, like I just need to sleep closest to the bathroom. But most of the time, it's the right side if I'm laying down. Yeah.
Mine's the left side, but it's closest to the bathroom and the door.
Yeah.
So that's why it was always that way. And our little bassinet that we had, Pastor Jean made the bassinet for our bed. It slid up under the mattress to where it was like right there at you.
Yeah.
But my mattress was like this far from the bassinet space. So, I mean, there was like a bed in between for, not like a bed, but like a
yeah,
wall.
yeah.
So he couldn't roll into me and I couldn't roll into him, but it was like connected. It was
Yeah.
really neat. Love that thing. But the way it sat in with the cup holder that he put beside it, it just fit so perfectly right there. So
That's so extra.
I guess that's kind of how I ended up with that right there.
Yeah.
But it was great. Yeah. All right. How many are we doing all these?
Yeah.
I'm rolling.
There should be 6,
Oh,
but I don't know if he did 6. He did.
are you a Mary or a Martha?
Ooh.
I am cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah.
100%.
And I'm like, why is she not helping?
running around.
She should totally be helping.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I want to be Mary really hard. Like, I want to be the Mary, but I think sometimes I'm the Martha.
Like even when people come over, like
Martha wasn't
I
bad,
don't
by
just
the way.
sit
She wasn't like a
down.
bad, but no, yeah, I'm definitely, I feel like more Martha. Yeah, I can't sit down. I can't sit down. When I get home, I will realize, like even yesterday we got home from vacation and my legs were like hurting from just like lifting everything. And then by the end of the night, I was like, bro, I hadn't sat down. Like I literally haven't sat down since we got here.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm all over the place.
favorite song.
Ever? All time? Or your favorite like worship
Right,
song?
right now. Ready?
Sing it, because Dina can sing, guys.
No, so can Kristin. So can
Kristin
Keeler.
No, Keeler cannot sing on key.
Keeler, do a song.
These
for
are my
us.
dreams. Guys,
No,
don't make fun of my dreams.
Everybody can sing. It's
I
just-
love to sing. It's one of
cares?
my passions.
Who
I
cares,
cannot
then?
sing
Sing
on
it.
key.
It doesn't matter.
Probably not for the podcast.
No.
I'll sing for you later. That's my dream.
We'll do it later
That's
when
my
the
dream.
when the
When the
camera
kids
cuts off.
graduate high school, I'm gonna take singing lessons, and I am gonna get good enough, and then I'm gonna ask Miss Deb if I can join the choir. That's my dream.
No, I'd like anything Charity Gale right now. Charity Gale is my girl.
She's on
Charity, if you listening, what's up, girl?
She was in Columbia recently, wasn't she?
She's everywhere right now. She's
is
doing her
everywhere.
thing. Yeah, but no, for real, she is Holy Spirit filled, legit. I mean, that girl is so good. So any song that's hers, I honestly, her whole Rejoice album,
Amazing.
I listen to everything. So
She is definitely anointed.
I memorized them all.
Smash.
Anyways,
So I'm more of a category person. It's really
Like
like I don't have a
country?
favorite song. No, like prayer wish ones, like In the Mighty Name of Jesus.
love that song.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a good one.
Such a good song.
That's a really good one.
Such a good
It
song.
makes me cry when y'all sing that, actually.
We don't sing that
We've
song.
never sang that
What?
song.
Isn't that the one that's like, I'm not gonna sing it. Y'all almost had me.
In the mighty name of Jesus.
Okay.
That
That's
one.
not what I thought it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what.
I thought you were doing the
Sing it, Keeler. Sing it to me.
No, girl, I'm gonna get blood. I'm gonna get all red and start sweating. I speak the name of Jesus.
Oh,
That's what I was
yeah.
thinking. And that one.
No,
makes
see, that
me
one's
cry.
really good too. I like,
I like
that
that
one.
one.
I like
As
that
far
one.
as like a speaking, like a proclamation, I like that one.
Yeah.
But what Jonathan, I bet, was thinking about this when he wrote this question. So Ro has been in pottery camp all week. She did her first summer camp. It wasn't like spend the night or anything, but it was a camp, and it was pottery camp. And every morning Jonathan would wake up and be like, let's sing the Potter's Hand. And so he played it on YouTube every morning this week nearly. And so it was stuck in my head all week long.
That's funny.
Ooh, I did sing for you.
There you go.
Not in key, but it was there.
That was like so
Anyway,
terrible back then.
but also Ro is really into Forrest Frank.
Oh my
We are
gracious, so
very
am I
into
kids.
all the
goodness.
Forrest Frank
Oh, yeah.
songs and the Colton Dixon songs, which honestly I like. It's a bop. I enjoy jamming.
Now the
It's not
question
too
is, do
slow.
you have the dance down?
No, the
Yeah. Yeah.
no.
I can't even think of the name of the song right now.
It's the put my heart back
Search the world
together.
to my head.
Yeah.
Just to find
Find
it. Your
out
way's
you're
better.
Your way's better. Yes. Okay.
better.
My
Couldn't
son
think of it from
Roman
that.
Roman can beatbox to that whole song.
He can
He does.
beatbox?
He beatboxes to the entire
What?
song. The entire song. I'm telling you, he's really, really good. It
At
is shocking.
We
Yeah.
were going to watch
And
fireworks.
he'll even wait. He'll be like,
No, you were
"Your
lying.
way's better."
I need a video.
He does it. He's
He does.
really good.
So we were on our way to watch fireworks in the big giant green,
the Worth van. It's no longer the Worth van, but
you
my
know,
mom and dad's
RV, you know, the rolling
Yes.
turd coming through kind
Big
of
ol'
thing.
rolling
I
turd
feel like
coming
that's what we
through.
are when all of us are in there.
big old
'Cause
rolling turd.
what is it?
Yep.
12 of us? How many? I don't even know how many of
I
us
don't
it
know.
is,
It's
but
the
we
whole
are
family.
maxed out on the van. When the twins come, I guess the adults are getting booted. I don't know.
Let
But
those kids ride by themselves.
Gigi and Granddad, the
back.
kids, yeah. But we were getting off the interstate, and Roman and Madison were sitting by each other, and they were singing it.
Madison
and
was singing
Roman
it.
was beatboxing to Madison singing, and
That
he
was
would
cute.
add the words in too.
like,
but he would,
Your
and she
way's
was singing it.
better.
It was so funny.
That's what he does.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
funny. It was
Evan.
great.
I think he's great.
Evan does.
Yeah. Anywho, okay, last one. Yeah. Favorite date night.
Ooh, like that I have experienced, or like just like what is a favorite to date night to go on?
That we've been on.
No, that you go
We
on.
want to go on. I can't go.
That you could go on.
That you do go on.
What is the question?
What's your favorite date night? Past, present, future.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Typically, if this is like an average date night, like we just happen to have childcare and we're going on a date.
Can't be April 25th.
Oh yeah, all you need is a light jacket. Oh no, we love sushi. We don't
Yeah.
normally take the kids to sushi. We have, but they don't like sushi, so they end up getting something like frozen chicken fingers
Yeah.
on the kids menu. Anyway, so if we are on a date night, I want to go get sushi, and then maybe if I'm really good, Jonathan will take me to go get ice cream.
Yep.
And I get coffee ice cream with Heath bar mixed in. That's my favorite.
Ice cream's so good.
That's the dream. That's a good date night.
Yeah.
What about you?
I tell Evan this a lot. Like I've had some really awesome we sit down to dinner and then like we just get into really heavy good conversation. I love date nights like that. But recently we've been trying different ethnic foods, cuisines. Thank you. And sorry. But those are my favorite dates because it's like, we don't know what's about to happen. We could leave here with an upset stomach. Who knows?
It's a mystery.
And it's like, it's fun. And so we enjoyed that. We always, on a date night though, we will go get ice cream or some kind of dessert. So that's like always. But yeah, I don't really care. I really don't care
honestly,
at a certain point.
It really doesn't
just
matter
nice.
because if I'm on a date, there's no kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can take a breath and we get to just kind of be us for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I love when we drive in the car beside each other. When we're in the car with no kids, like that's some of our best conversations. It's some of our like most cherished times.
Yeah,
Just
it is.
driving
Well, it's
down
because
the
it's
road.
focused
It
on
is.
the two of you.
Yeah, it's nice. And
Yeah.
and there's something actually about like male psychology where when they're not making eye contact with you, like they're able to speak in a like more fluid time, I guess.
Wow. When'd you get your doctorate?
I don't know.
That's
I
impressive.
read that on the online. Take that for what it's worth.
Google told
Dr.
me.
Google.
But anyway, so we have great conversations when we're
Yeah.
driving.
I could see that though. I mean, if I'm not staring at you, I can probably talk to you better anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. So my favorite date night, and it happened not too long ago, and ever since we had that date night, I've been like, let's just do it again. Like it's great. But you could call me cheap and easy because it came out wrong. But we
Okay. Ready? Okay.
exactly.
So what was your favorite
Exactly
date
what
night,
I'm gonna call
Kristin?
you.
I'm sorry.
No, it's funny.
So we ordered pizza.
Yeah.
Blew up the air mattress in the den and watched Top Gun. Ate
That's
pizza
cool.
on the air mattress and just watched Top Gun in the den.
That's cool.
And
Yeah.
it was the best time. Like
Yeah.
we laughed, cut up, just best time. And
That's
then
true.
we did strawberries dipped in chocolate for dessert with a little charcuterie board of different things. I don't remember what I was on it. I just remember the strawberries because they're my favorite. And that was it. Like that was our date night. And it was, we didn't spend much money. It was just us in our house.
That's real nice. That's one thing.
real
And
nice.
Milo at the time.
That's one thing though that's like it's funny because Evan knows me. I like a real nice meal, especially like he's made meals for me and stuff like that. It's been awesome. But like I want to go out. Like I want to go to dinner. I don't want to have to clean.
No, I don't
So
know.
it's
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
but like that
Understand
is
that.
fun though. And we've done stuff like that. I haven't blown up an air mattress or anything like that. So it's pretty cool.
It sounds nice.
It was great. I highly recommend it. But if we're going out
Spending
to dinner
time though is
to a
just
fancy restaurant, we go to Saluta's. It's wonderful.
you know what that is?
No.
That's the money bags.
That's why we eat pizza on the blow up mattress.
Just kidding. It's the bags full of money. No, I'm joking.
goodness.
I'm joking.
No, we had a
Anyways.
gift card the last time we went to Saluta's. Granted,
Nice.
it didn't cover the whole meal. But
Krista said I got the tea and the appetizer.
I did get the fried green tomatoes.
Yeah.
They're delicious.
Yeah.
All right, John, do we have a time update?
You are at an hour and 2 minutes.
Okay, ladies. Do you have any final closing remarks? Pastor Zach normally does a nice wrap up. So
Yeah,
it's
no,
on you,
I am
Kristin.
not Pastor Zach by no means. No means at all.
Okay, we'll press the button.
Oh,
Turn it back on.
well.
So you are going to do a wrap up.
Sounds like it.
You're gonna have to wrap up because that camera's working.
Okay.
In essence, being a woman is
I don't even remember where I was at.
hard.
Oh, so to wrap up to this time that we have together, I kind of want to just fun ending of the verse that it says not to go to bed angry because it gives a foothold to the devil. So one thing is, I think Zach said it last time, communication is absolutely key in a
got a song.
relationship. And it can either make or break it. You know, if you're not willing to communicate, it falls apart. But
And if you are dating right now, if you are looking for your spouse, do not skip the important conversations. The harder conversations, maybe, like those are super important. If he never wants kids, you need to be on the same page.
100%.
If he hates his family, you need to know that. If he, harbors ill resentment towards half the country or something, you need to know those things. Y'all need to be equally yoked, the Bible says, and I believe that is one of the biggest things. So have those conversations.
We're just so focused on getting past that and going straight for other things and sexual things and other things like that.
Yeah,
We're not
a lot of
focused on the
women-
long term.
Yeah, a lot of women want to be, I guess the thing is, the guy chooses you, and it just will.
And you feel like your
an
whole world.
emotional thing takes over. And it's like, oh, he loves me because he chose me, kind of thing. And it might not be the case of, the biblical being chosen as it should be said. But
It's a whole nother topic for another
it
day.
is a
I could
whole
spend a long
another
time
topic.
there.
We'll
Yeah.
have to have wives episode
Yeah.
dose.
Yeah, on finding your man, I guess. I don't know. But thank you for your time with us. We have had a great time sitting around the table. And we just pray for y'all all the time that what we say and what we do, affects you and kind of helps you out. But I think we're wrapping it up. So
Do you know
another
what the
day,
boys
another
say? How
time.
do we end it, ladies?
Stay classy.
No, this is not stay classy San Diego. It's stay sharp. Because what is the
Stay
verse that
classy.
we're focused on? It's
sharpen each other.
iron sharpens iron.
sharp.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Only one of us is a producer
Right,
here.
right.
Stay
So
classy,
go with God.
ladies and gentlemen.
Go with God. That would be
Deb.
Throwing out to Mr. Lane. See,
Mr. Lane.
There we go.
Oh, shout
I did
out.
do a
Oh, I
shout
thought-
out.
I thought that
Mr.
was
Lane
Miss
tonight.
Deb.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
Mr. Lane on
My
Wednesday
bad,
night.
Mr. Lane. Dude, where am I? Do I listen to anybody?
Wow.
Miss Deb does say that a lot, though. Now,
She says it because Mr. Lane
Mr.
says
Lane.
it. He always closes
Anyways.
Wednesday night
Okay,
when he
anyway.
speaks to go with God.
Stay
Go
sharp,
with God
peeps.
and stay sharp.
Stay sharp. Wink at the camera, Kristin.
You got to do finger guns.
Say it, and wink at the camera.
What am I saying?
Say sharp and wink
Stay,
at the camera.
stay sharp.
All right, y'all did well.
Hey, did you press
Stay
all the
sharp.
buttons, John?
I'm not going to wink at the camera. It's over.
Press
It is.
the
It's
record
done.
button.